Richard Hansen with Hansens Lawn Care.
What's happening?
I wanted to ask him a couple questions because I know you guys know I have talked about him over and over and over, just about how we met, where he's at now in his business, stuff like that. So I guess the first question I would ask Richard, what were your thoughts initially when I first called you off of your ad on Craigslist? Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember. So, actually, at the moment, I was bringing my mom to the airport, but it was a little unrealistic because, I barely even got anybody calling me that wanted the service, let alone someone that was in our business that wanted to help out. So, yeah, it was kind of surreal, at the moment. It was just kind of, at that moment, I only had a handful of jobs. And, this guy who I didn't know at the time, Brian, just kind of reached out and said, hey, I wanted to help you out. I saw your ad on Craigslist. And we had a little discussion about what he could do for me. So he gave me a few jobs at the beginning, kind of helped me out a little bit, and kind of showed me the ropes, kind of what to do, what not to do. But that initial surge was really interesting because at the time I only had a small pickup truck, like a Ford Ranger, with a push mower and a blower. I didn't even have a weed whip.
I remember that.
So the first few lawns, I actually just picked instead of weed whipping around a tree, I just picked the grass by hand for the first 2 or 3 lawns I had. I quickly upgraded to a crappy weed eater, and we're still upgrading to this point. But yeah, so when he reached out and helped me out, I was just about to start a job with some guy for about, $9 or $10 an hour. Just gonna get worked like a dog with really no hopes of a future or anything else. So he came into my life. It was a lot of hope. It was really a godsend at the time because my daughter was only a year old, and we didn't have a whole lot of money. So it was either push come to shove and me get something going with my business, or my wife having to go back to work and basically not raise our daughter. And we wanted her at home raising our daughter. So he helped me out, got me going, and since then just been a huge mentor in my business. More than a friend, like I said, more than a friend, and just really been able to help me out and encourage me along the way and learn a lot from his experiences.
So, okay, what year is your business in right now?
So we're approaching year 5 of snow. So
right.
just finished lawn care for year 4.
And the biggest reason, besides kind of telling care company owners, landscape company owners who you are, we're here about your new tractor.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, some of you don't know out there, and he bought a tractor. We're waiting on it to be delivered. It's 3 hours late.
Man.
Apparently the guy's around the corner right now.
Oh, he is too.
But here it comes right now. But how can you believe this? Can you believe it, Richard?
Not at year 5, man. I've been researching the tractor deal for about 3 years now, and I'm amped to have this. So
look at this thing.
I told Brian at Woodbury, this machine, just this alone, it's going to single-handedly make us the best residential snow service in Woodbury, just in one day. So I've done the research, I've ran the numbers, mock numbers for 3 years doing the research. I know what this machine means for me and my family and my business, and I can't even begin to explain what it's going to do for us.
Year 5, boys and girls. tell them about this pusher you got here.
So this snow pusher was actually on the back of 2007. I still have, but I used a couple winters ago. Guys around Minnesota don't use it, but out in Michigan, they swear by them. Most guys will not run a truck without one of these. Basically, when it was mounted to my truck, it has hydraulic down pressure, about 1,500 pounds. And then these wings, they both expand. So your center mold board's 8 feet, and then the wings at each are 4 feet, making it a total of 16 feet when it's wide open. Instead of buying a snow pusher, I decided to have multi-power equipment just mount this to the front of the loader, and they got all the hydraulic lines hooked up and stuff. So basically I'll just use this as my snow pusher and then open the wings out when I need to get a little bit bigger path. The snowblower though is the real deal. Like I said, it's a Norman brand, it's a Canadian product. There's a lot of history behind Norman, but basically they're the go-to company for inverted snowblowers for farm tractors, agriculture, some subcompact tractors as well. So with this tractor on the back of a snowblower, you can easily clear a driveway within 80 to 120 seconds. But that's your standard 2 to 3 car driveway. So basically 28 feet wide, 40 feet long. This can do it in under 2 minutes.
Dang. Let me ask you one question, okay? I know the tractor's got you stoked. Yeah. I am more stoked for you. I'm pretty damn happy for you, man.
Right.
I mean, I just remember when you and I were talking, when I talked to you off of Craigslist, and you were like, all I got is a push mower, and I just about started crying from laughter.
Right.
Push mower to this. That's crazy. Anyway, so you know I built your website.
Right.
What has the website done for you? Because I mean, wasn't your truck and trailer just this year painted?
Yes.
So talk about before you got, your truck and trailer, logoed up.
So before the logos and everything, the website from day one, in the first year, it brought me about 45 customers in the spring season to start my lawn care season. But I guess in summation, what it's done for me has taken us from a company that hasn't been able to compete to anybody or compete against anybody or not be able to get found to where we are now. It's like we're on the first page of Google, first spot on the first page, and has been since 2 months after he initially built the website, and it's still there today. So it's taken me to be able to have a business that's sustainable, provide quality leads every single season, every single year, and helps me be able to forecast my growth based upon previous year's total leads that it's brought in.
How many accounts do you have compared from day one I gave you some jobs to now?
So day one to now I have about 100 more accounts than I did. And mind you, some of those accounts were really far. So these 100 accounts we have now are close. They're close to home. Previously, those other accounts were 30, 40 miles away. Now we're not driving more than 10 miles away, and most of them are within a 5-mile radius from where we live in our town.
Well, speaking of radius, I mean, that's a good, kind of topic, I know for later, but maybe, quick, like, why would you have a radius?
Well, especially in snow removal, you can't be driving much more than 5, 6, 7 miles, 10 at the most. But, when you're farther away, you're not going to be as serviceable, which is what Brian preaches all the time. I've heard it a million times.
No noise.
But like I said, just being able to be serviceable. I mean, sometimes there's mistakes and you need to go and fix them. Or a customer wants to talk to you about a quick landscape project. You don't want to have to drive clear across the city or the metropolitan to go do that. And if you got to run supplies back and forth, there's a myriad of reasons why you want to stay close to home. But one, it just sustains a better business, I think, in my opinion, and it keeps costs down.
Yep. Perfect. Well, I mean, can't be any more happy. I'm more proud. I mean, I feel like, you were a caterpillar, now you're this butterfly.
We're flying, man.
Wings, man, and you're flying.
We're flying.
It gives me a couple tears here and there where, I just can't wait to see, how this works for you.
Right.
Let's see this thing come off.
we've sown.
Super proud of this guy. I mean, to be up front, he's listened to dang near everything I've said to him, just how, you know, I've made mistakes in my business, and he's been able to learn from them. You guys are out there dreaming about, you know, something you love to do and you have a real passion for it. You're looking at a prime time example of that coming true right now. I am so proud of this kid, man. I don't even know how to tell you how to say it anymore, and just that. You know, like I said, met him off Craigslist. We're best friends now. I mean, and this is through the lawn care business.